So when I'm here, the knee flare is very powerful. The guy's got a couple things he can try to do to stop knee flare. One is a back step, but these knee flares, if you step back towards me a little bit with this foot, these knee flares, like this one, these knee flares, if you catch both feet, that makes this thing go like on crack. It's like the steroid version. I grab this, if Paul's gonna try to keep his balance, no fucking way. Even if he tries to lean this way, I got both feet, there's no way. If you can grab both feet, as simple as this sweep is, knee flare while controlling the opposite ankle is one of the strongest sweeps you can do in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So, what'll end up happening, if the person steps his heel back, like I go to flare, he steps his heel back, just be ready with his hand. When they come back to you, they almost always step close enough for you to grab. So if I'm trying to get a hold of his leg and I can't quite grab it, he's a little too far away, can't quite grab it, a little knee flare, he catches himself, but wait for the rebound. He steps back into position. Almost always he's gonna step close enough for me to hook. So if you can't quite grab the opposite leg, like little nudges on the knee, get his foot stepping around. When he comes to step back in, most people will step close enough for you to re-grab. There's another thing the guy can do though, where he's leaning his weight kind of away from the flare. And if he starts to aim his knee in this direction, it actually gets very difficult to knee flare the guy in the other direction. But this is a dilemma. The more he lets his knee bend, the easier it is going to be for me to knee reap him. So when I'm looking for a reap, you go a little more straight. If I wanted to create that situation, I could put my foot inside the thigh, maybe behind the knee, inside the thigh. I'll start to push this leg away. It's going to naturally make the knee do that, where it bends, and then I'm going to reap the leg. So when I reap, very important, see how my back's flat? From single leg X, I'm going to go fetal. And then as I go fetal, I'm going to lock my legs figure four, and I'm aiming my pelvis into the ground. If Paul tries to run away, I'm going with him. He's not getting rid of me. From here, we're going to show you guys basic heel hook. This is outside heel hook, but this setup is the nastiest setup you can possibly do for it. We heel strike, which means my tricep grabs toes. It exposes the heel I grab. Then we're going to knee lever the guy, which basically means I'm going to make his foot go this way, and with his knee, it's going to lever his hip. So when his foot goes outside his ass, sooner or later his hip's going to fall. So I take his foot over and makes Paul's hip fall. And then right here, this is like the nastiest breaking position for outside heel hook. I would drop a bunch of rib weight on the pinky knuckle of the toe, and then I'd start to rotate the heel over afterwards. Do that again. Either we can wait for the person naturally to turn their leg in on the flare. They can feel the flare disrupting their base, and they turn their knee this way. Well, sweet, I'm gonna drop right in on a reap. Very important when I go to reap, the last way, if Paul tries to turn into me, it's not gonna happen. This is why this is safe for MMA, self-defense, street fight. The guy can't punch you as long as you reap. This is the only safe way to do an ashi in a street fight is with a reap. The guy can stand up, he can fuck you up. His other way out though, is he can't come towards me, but if he can make his knee jump my bottom thigh, so if you go out, I lose the knee from the knee line, and I can try to mess with his foot. You're not gonna tap a tough guy. They're either gonna escape, or even worse, they'll sit on top of your thigh, and then start to turn back into you, and get a bunch of position. They're like, it's a really strong escape. So I have to make sure, as soon as the guy becomes compliant with the reap, I am no longer shoving, because I'll shove the guy out of my reap. So I'm gonna give pressure, I'll be pushing with this leg, but as soon as I feel this guy buckle, I stop pushing, because I do not want to push Paul out of my ass or drop me. I keep shoving, I'll shove him out, and I'll lose the knee. I want to gobble that knee up. So I'm using the reap until I feel compliance, and as soon as I feel that buckle, I'm blocking, throwing my hips into the mat. I'm going to kind of Stevenson all his hips by using his ankle. I put a heel hook, heel strike, I grab the toes with my tricep and the ribs, I hold the heel, into it, and then right here, I mean, just nastiest outside heel hook. It would be fully dropping your weight on the pinky knuckle, grabbing and then wrenching once you kill all the slack in that leg. Let's try that out.